Yeah. Actually, Alex met him on Tinder. No,
but it was Bumble, but
I think it was Grindr. Anyway, so he says, so I saw it, and that's my number. I have an 86 number. I'm originally from Connecticut. So I went, you know what? He's like, well, we might not be able to afford him. I mean, this guy, what's wrong with him? So I said, let me call him. He's got an 86 number. So I call him up and I say, hey, listen, your artwork intrigues us, you're very good, but more intriguing is, where are you from? And he looks at me, and when he looks at me, he says to me, New London. And I said, New London? I lived in Iran for 7 years, right outside of it.
So hung up.
Yeah, no, yeah, you should have. And I should have hung up with you as well if you know about New London, Connecticut. And yeah, so we started talking about people we knew.
You just shot in New London
a week before we were in New London shooting something. So it's really weird.
Still looking for them.
Small world, you know what I mean? Yeah. Our tech guy's from Illinois. He's originally from Illinois. I'm originally from Connecticut. He's originally from Connecticut. But all of us found each other. It's weird things. So I don't know if that's good or bad. Obviously bad. But yeah. So and that's sort of how we met Rick. And that was, and mind you, so this was about a month and a half ago. So a month and a half ago, we had a script that we're turning into a comic book with no illustrator. Booked for this Comic-Con.
Yeah,
to release it.
We had already,
because we love to because if we didn't do that, we would have never got it done. And so we went.
Me being the fool I am, decided to get a booth here regardless.
And book 3 more, right?
Afterwards. Yeah, and book 3 more afterwards. Without an illustrator, apparently at the time.
So I said to Rick, hey, you're pretty quick. Sure, I'm quick. One time I had a deadline and I had to meet and I did a full comic book, and I don't know, it was like, 45 days. And I believe, what did I say after that?
It was just a buzz after that.
Yeah, and I basically said, well, how about one in like 3 weeks?
And I said, you're crazy.
And I said, yes, we'll get to know that.
Yes. And then he starts telling me the story of this thing. And that's what has been my downfall so many times. I love to write as well. And this guy starts telling me the story. Well, first of all, it's a Western. I think, I'd love to do a Western. That'd be great. This is terrific. Okay, tell me some more. Let's get samurais. And I'm like, samurais? Yeah. And then it's a historical reference. They were together. This is getting better. He starts telling me some more aspects of things. This is really great. And he's obviously mad. So I said, wait a minute. So again, a little bit more. And he starts to talk to me about the characters. And that's what gets me, a bit of dialogue, because you come up with an overall concept of a lot of things, but when you actually start to develop the characters, when you're actually creating dialogue that's believable, then you've got something. And so that's when they hooked me. God help me.
Biggest mistake of his life.
Free trip to Salt Lake. I forgot about that.
Yeah, benefits.
And I can't go home because they won't give me the other ticket.
We only had enough money after that.
One more comic and we're good.
Yes. But Rick, tell them a little more about yourself, because you have way more of a background in comics than we do.
Okay. Well, also, we have 3 more cons in case you travel about on this. So we're going to Tampa. We're going to LA. It's a place out west. Don't worry about it. And then we're going to be going over to Providence, Rhode Island, which is very close to me. I've done work for Marvel and DC. I worked for MTV, music and stuff. And
you did?
Honest to God. So I did that. I've worked with Wizards of the Coast. So I've done a number of things. And sometimes it's a job. You're doing something, you're creating something, I'm having fun doing that, but it's a job. And then every so often, I work with Shatner, work with Lee. Shatner, it was a nice group, did a good job with that. Shatner was incredible. And then I got together with these guys. And no. And they fly me out, and they kept me locked up for weeks over there. But anyway, so
he hasn't left the house. Actually.
No,
that's a true story.
Show him your ankle bracelet.
Yes, yeah. You had the next poster done. You had the next thing. We're working on that design. But
He's currently wearing a tracking device.
yes, but they're great people. Everybody involved in this thing, they're great people, and they want something that when you buy it, you are as proud of it as we are, and that's very important to us. You know, when he writes this stuff, he wants everybody to love this stuff. When I draw something, I want somebody to forget all about the writing and say how great this artwork is. And this guy turned out to be, you know, like really terrific guy, and we're talking about a film as well. So I think this could really be fantastic.
Yeah, and I have to give AJ over here credit with the fact of, like, I had a movie script, and, you know, a movie script isn't a comic book. And I learned that. Like, it's not. Like, it's, the world is like, and he kept telling me that. He's like, no, we make our own rules here. We can do this and this. And he told a funny story about, he's at the gym. He goes to the gym at like 4 in the morning, and I'm on the East Coast. So I get up really early, and I'll work for like an hour, and then I'll call him up at like 7 or 8 East Coast time. And 3 hours before, you know, it's 4 or 5, he's in the gym. So I call him up, and he would spend like an hour in the gym, sitting on a bench, talking to me about just these ideas and what he has, and his arc and everything. And Rick's got his own thing. So I was always, as a writer, just stuck in front of somewhere. And it was the producers and the people that don't know anything, most of the people that don't know anything, when it comes to other stuff, they're telling you what to do. This is what sells. This is what it is. Change his character to this, or he's got to look like this, or it's got to be this. And you're like, you ruined my story. These guys actually are making this story much better. And the world of the comic books, it's great. This is why you guys are fans. I'm learning that. Like, it's what can't we do? You know, and I think that's, you know, when you look around at this, and it's just evolving to be, let's just, you know, break the roof off this and go crazy. We don't need to see the same thing over and over again. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, there was some points in the script, and I said, okay, look, I'm going to take your script, and I have to translate it into a comic form. And of course, he starts getting nervous, sweating, and all that stuff. And the thing is, there's a point in the script where somebody wants to come along and get into a card game. Okay, then they're going to nod. Then after they nod, the other people at the table are going to nod back and be, well, those are 2 panels you do not need. I want to be in the card game, you're sitting. And instead of the usual where, well, but I really want that. I think it's important to the integrity of the story. That okay, so you do comics. I don't. Go ahead and do it. So we're pulling this all together. We have incredible story meetings, throwing stuff back and forth, just having a ball, but laughing like crazy. And the best ideas are coming out, and they're morphing as we're going along as well. So it's not all locked down, you know, written in stone. If somebody comes up with an idea and it really works with this thing, then it's probably mine. And we'll change this. But we'll change this thing. We'll make it more
like the floppy hat.
The floppy hats.
Floppy hat story. Don't worry about that.
One day it'll be
that's a panel on its own.
Alex is very particular about his outfit in the story.
Very.
I had X amount. They told me how long I had, and then it became shorter.
Got to get him to sign somehow.
This is after I'd already said, no, I need more time than that. I deal with people all the time where they say, I need something done, and I'll say, great, okay, I can have that for you in about a week or so, and they'll say, isn't that like 3 months? I go, no. Is it narcolepsy here? What are they're passing out every time they start to draw? No, this is great. You know, if you love what you do, you're going to get into it, and you want to get it done. And so we're buzzing along in this thing, but they're saying, I've got X amount of time, which I know is kind of crazy. But then, so it gets me, lulls me into a false sense of security. All right, actually it's going to be a little bit earlier than that. How much earlier? Would, like, half of that time?
Remember the deadline you have a week earlier now.
And it keeps going. Now, we're working on the second issue. First issue is incredible. Love it. Love the story, love the development.
How many people have read the first one? Anyone? All right, that's awesome. You guys like it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
These are
very
great.
cool,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people that didn't like it aren't here right now.
Yeah. If you didn't like it, it's okay too.
Yeah.
Like you can raise your hand and tell us you didn't.
But we're actually creating the second issue here at the con. Actually drawing in people walking by, looking at the monitor, they're seeing what we're doing, we're talking to them about it. Because without you guys, where it's really cool, we're going to sit around and talk about what we might have done and some nice ideas.
Which this is why Rick's a robot. Who could do something where you have to really concentrate like that? With thousands of people walking by and talking to you. You could?
I got ADHD.
Well, that's what I know. I do too.
Can
That's
you
why
draw?
See, I
you
couldn't
need
bring
another
a line.
illustrator.
Yeah. But I couldn't afford to get ADHD, so I just have to go.
Yeah, I would do one. I would write like a sentence and be like, "Oh, look at that pretty costume." Okay, never mind.
No, he's talking to me. We're discussing story even as we're doing all this stuff. So he's talking to me, and I'm like, I keep looking over because there are monsters going by and all this stuff. And meanwhile, I'm drawing.
Yeah. A full page today. He drew a full page today. Yeah, we did. Come on, check it out. I'll show you.
It's not that impressive.
No, it's okay. Oh, I need to get
I'm
it.
fired.
He's just begging. I guess, I don't know, if anyone have anything to say? We can open it up here. I'm sure you guys have some questions, probably. And by the way, like I told everybody,
I just want to say one thing before we open the questions is that, like I said, when I was given this script, whether it was a movie, a comic book, no matter what it was something that I read that I was truly passionate about and thought to myself, this is something that could reach people and people will love. It'll be entertaining. It's different. It's whether it ends up being just a comic book, whether our plan is to go into production on a movie, once the volume is done. Whatever happens from here on this point, it's good. It's a great story. And I think that's what is at the heart of whether, Rick's a great illustrator and Rennie's an okay writer, but at the same time, I made the story better. But I'm saying that the heart of anything, whether it's a movie, a comic book, the story is what drives it. And that's the reason I decided to, I've invested
Over $100, yeah.
$100,000.
does anybody have a place where Alex can stay?
Because I might be bankrupt if we don't sell more comics. But no, that was the reason, when it came to me, I decided that I am 100% in financially backing this comic book because I believe in the story. I believe that this is something that is going to go places. I think we've got an unbelievable team behind us, working on everything from AV to tech to like I said, Rick's illustrations are okay for now until we find somebody better. And
Release me.
We can afford a real illustrator.
Until we can afford a real illustrator, but at the heart of it all, I think it's something people can really gravitate to, and I think it's a great story, and I think it'll.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, guys, you know what it's about? It's about entertaining people. We all want to go read something, watch something, whatever it is, and just forget about whatever we're doing at that time. And that's all it's about. And that's what we believe in. Let's have some fun. And, let's
And this is a comic company that's being started. This isn't a comic company, to support one book. The idea of this thing is to increase the number of titles, keep going with this thing, and we already have a bunch of things that we're discussing and getting in the pipeline. So
We have a pilot right now.
Exactly. This is step one.
Yeah.
Of a big venture.
We have a pilot in our already under our belt. We shot in LA with actually Todd Bridges. You guys know that guy? He was with us. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What you talking about with us? Yeah.
And Aaron Schwartz
was hilarious.
Former Mighty Ducks.
Yes, he was hilarious, wasn't he?
Hilarious.
Played himself. It was
Well,
really
again, he writes. He kept telling me he was a writer. I think, yeah. And
You
but
talk to me
you
for a
never
minute,
know.
there's
You never
no
know.
way.
So then he started. Again, you're gonna get into the script again. And again, it's the characters. It's all this stuff. And I got to see this. His pilot. And again, this has to be on HBO, this is fantastic.
Yeah. So we're doing a lot of things. So, you know, you guys are the first ones here. You know what I mean? You guys are here before anybody else. This is our first panel. This is my first Comic-Con. It's our first Comic-Con together.
Yeah.
So this is our grassroots people right here. You know. So, we're gonna open it up in like 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. Actually, you want to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you do the mobile mic?
You want the mobile mic? I think it's
Just turn one around.
just grab mine.
Yeah.
Right here, something like that.
Apparently he's never done a panel before. You want to take down the
Yeah, so when you guys ask a question, like I said before, we're going to enter you guys into a raffle. We're going to put it in his hat, so don't. Oh. Pretty disgusting, really. And just give me your name. So say your names before you ask a question, and we're going to raffle up. You get a choice of. Then we're going to do a few of them, so you guys, you know, it's great you guys are doing it.
Yeah,
so we're going to do like the first two come down. The third place will get a comic book. We're very happy. We'll get a T-shirt.
Well, first place gets your choice.
Yeah, well, first place gets a gun or a sword. A replica gun or a replica sword, all right? The second one we'll do,
Second one we have to pick up the...
We really organized this before we came.
Second one gets to pick up what...
I wonder where our meetings suck.
The second one we can have to pick up what wasn't taken.
Okay.
And then third place we'll give a T-shirt and a comic.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Fantastic. All right, so let's just give me your name. Come up to the mic. And, man with the duster. I'm gonna write man with duster. Is it okay?
Yeah,
All right, man with
that's
duster.
okay. I'm cool with this. I've been called a lot worse.
I like it.
So, my name's Brennan. So you told us where you got the idea, the process of getting it written, getting it drawn. How did publishing go? Because I know you guys were like on a really tight crunch.
That's
Tell us about that
That's a great
adventure.
question.
Oh, how did that go?
It went unbelievably just terrible.
I'm pretty sure there's a woman in LA right now that wants to kill me.
She really does.
Yeah,
She printed into act nice.
Quick answer to that, I guess, would be publishing was we went to a lot of different places, and and we were last minute, obviously, because
You're gonna rush the stage.
yeah, our time was limited, very limited. So you know who was going to take us on, and do this. So we went to a company in Nebraska, Nebraska.
Yeah.
And then we realized that there's no way we can have this shipped in time. We have to have it in New York or LA, mostly LA, because he was, here's another one, planning on driving here from there, which got at 9 o'clock. He was going to go in at 9:30, and the person bringing him canceled at 9 o'clock. So, and this was Saturday before we were coming to Sunday. So he had to run to the FedEx store and ship all our comic books. And now Labor Day was the next day. And all the merchandise was supposed to go in the car.
And we're on the
Had to come. So thousands of dollars to get that stuff because it was a rush and a holiday.
And
So,
plane tickets.
yeah, so we found a company in LA. And the company in LA basically said, okay, we'll do it. You know, this and that's and this. But your deadline is tomorrow. Rick, of course, says, no problem.
Yeah.
Deadline comes, Rick, how you going? You're crazy. Now I gotta call this woman up and sweet talk her enough that she gives us a deadline till the next day. Next day comes around, it's noon. Deadline, she's calling me up. I'm avoiding this woman's calls. So finally she calls me from her cell phone. Now I'm thinking somebody in LA, it's the number I don't know. Maybe it's an agent, producer, it's my big break, who knows? No, it's the crazy lady on the other end of the phone, and I'm ducking her calls. So we finally send the files over. She gets in and everything's good. Okay, don't worry about it. We'll put a rush on it. We'll get it done. We got to pay for a rush thing. It's going to be 7 days. You'll have it this Friday. Coming up. Oh, great. Fantastic. 2 hours later, phone calls. You guys didn't send me the right size. Down and buy me some donuts and do this. Yeah, sure. I'm in New York. You're in LA. I'll be there tomorrow.
I still owe that some guy there.
Some whiskey or some
rum.
rum. So anyway, so they get it done. No, here's the best part. So this whole thing, and we got to meet deadlines and this and that, and we're rushing it, and we're doing this for you, extra money for the rush. 2 days later, 3 days before it's supposed to be there, your comics are done. So...
And the way we got the deadline, Matt, was because, they got to this point, he said, oh, he's calling me up every couple of minutes, saying, it's ting, ting, and
Oh, yeah, I was murdering these
and he
guys.
says, okay, we need it by tomorrow, noon, their time, can you do it? I was like, oh, no way. So I said, okay. And
Exactly.
I stayed up the entire night, and finally got it finished, blurry-eyed, sent out the last file, and then staggered upstairs. My wife says, I know you were going to be up all night. Oh my God, I would have never let you. And we got it out, and they kicked it out to them, and these guys did a Herculean effort on their end to make all this happen.
No, I just got really drunk and it worked out.
I just got yelled at by every guy.
Yeah.
SBO printing did our stuff. You know.
SBO.
So, hope that answers your question. All right, fantastic. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we don't have time for everything. It's going to be a crazy story.
Yeah.
But we'll try to be quick. Sorry. All right.
Hey, my name's Don.
Don?
D-O-N. Yep.
D-O-N? All right. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
What's your name again? Okay.
Yes. So I wanted to, I was curious, because a lot of self-publishing endeavors like this generally go through Kickstarter.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering, I know you guys are very dedicated to your craft, to your story.
No.
Not really.
That's
Seems
what
like
you just
it,
got
but-
done telling us for 20 minutes, so I figured I'd
We lied
take
to
you.
you.
Remember, I'm an actor.
So,
We need
so
your
why didn't you
attention.
take it the Kickstarter route and like fund it from crowd?
Well, you know, it's funny. We actually, I don't know how you feel about Kickstarter. I'm okay. I think it's great, and I think it's a great opportunity. But Alex, obviously, was the financer, and Alex, I think, believes like this is a bigger picture thing.
Sure.
If we were just doing the comic book, we you know, it's crossed our mind like, okay, we can do the second one. We talked about the pilot, but since we're doing a bigger thing, I feel like we need to be known a little bit more. Not that you have to be known to do Kickstarter, but if we need it a little bit, we'll have a fan base that wants to support us. I think we sacrifice now, and if we had to do it later, because our fans will want us to. I'd rather ask somebody when I have proofs in the pudding that want us, rather than take my word for it, we're good.
I also want to earn it.
Yes,
Sure.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, the way I viewed it, because you know
You're a great story.
I'm the one who's going bankrupt. Finding them. The way I viewed it is, you know, it's gonna be a loss at first, like any startup business is.
Right.
However, it's just laying the foundation brick by brick. That's why each one of these cons is important, to reach out to you guys, build a fan base, and then, you know, by the time we have hopefully a first volume, the first 4 issues, whatever it may be, in a couple months, that's when we can really start to expand and grow, and, you know, take that to producers or you know, our agents.
See, a couple months now. The timeline is getting shorter.
Yeah, you have a couple months to make the rest of them.
Yes.
Like all of them.
And that's
Okay,
when, we'll really go and depend on our fan base, whether it be buy the comics, whether it be come and support us,
Yeah.
whether it be, you know, we're trying to everything to reach out to everybody and really hands-on, because I think we're those kind of guys. So Kickstarter, I think, is a great idea, and it's a great thing. We tried to avoid it, because I think you should if you can. And we didn't have to, and like I said, it's a bigger company project, and like you said, we wanted to earn it first. And here's a guy that didn't write a comic, why are you going to give me money for a comic? What am I going to promise you? Like, if you know, Alex sacrificed this, I sacrificed this.
I'm a former wrestler turned actor. He's a decent writer turned thinks he's an actor, and then I'll be an illustrator who
wants to
has
be a
more. Yeah.
He wants me to work
So
with
yeah,
him.
and we didn't think anybody was going to give us money anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It comes down to
But
that.
no, it's a great question, because, you know, obviously that's
Makes
where a
sense.
lot of people go. But you know, I had the financial resources and that to the point to get this off the ground, and I felt like, you know, I believed, like I said, I believed in this project. I still believe in this project. I will put every last dime I have into it, and until we can't make any more, because, you know.
Yeah,
Thank you,
So-
appreciate it.
absolutely. Thank you.
Saul Rios, or just Saul.
Saul,
I got a couple questions.
sure.
So,
You don't get 2 tickets.
so you say you have the script already, so does that mean you got your story already all planned out? And
Oh, well, I did.
You did?
Until these guys came along.
Yeah.
I actually, it's a great question. And that was the right.
Well, since you have it all right now and they've changed it all, did you have another character, like, So when you introduce this character, you know it's going to be kind of a spin-off already?
No, I don't believe.
It was my character.
Well, I don't. These guys always talk about that. Obviously, it's funny because I obviously am the one, hopefully, that does the Bradley Booker one. I'm sure you guys probably seen me do. And he fits me as I wrote it, so it's good. And of course, most people are like, "Oh, it's a spin-off." Whatever. I believe that you guys are the ones who decide who's a spin-off. I throw it out there with all the characters and whoever you guys like the best or where the story's going. I don't really know. There's no plans for a spin-off. It's kind of on you guys. It's kind of on the fans. If a character that I never thought people would be that into are, all of a sudden people are buying action figures of this guy or doing whatever, or writing in and talking to me about, I love this character. I don't think anybody ever really goes in. I think they do, but I don't think it happens. You hear so many things from, Jesse on Breaking Bad, Jesse, right? He was supposed to get killed in the first year.
Or
And then
like,
people loved him, and now he's who he is.
Andy Dwyer on Parks and Rec was only supposed to be on 6 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
And now...
So no plans on anybody's part, but and mind you, it was written to about 60, 70 pages. And then I said, like anybody, I don't know if anybody here's a writer or anything like that, or an illustrator or whatever it might be. There's a point where you hit where you go, why am I doing this? By myself in a room writing. Who am I writing for? I'm just spending hours and hours a day doing this thing, and you kind of quit. I mean, and that's the first thing.
It's never happened to me.
Because it's never started.
I just
but yeah.
My
So
second question is, how did you guys come up with the name BS Comics?
it stands for Big Stick.
Big Stick.
Big Stick Comics is a kind of a take
back?
play on words there, right?
Where's your mind going?
Thank you.
My name's Bryce Powell.
Bryce.
My question is more the story based. Going forward, the first issue is all about showing the new characters, playing them up. Going forward, is it going to be more of a monster of the week, well, I guess in this case a bounty of the week kind of comic, or is there going to be an overarching theme going on? A longer story carried from volume to volume?
Definitely you.
I gotta confer with if I can give this away.
There's a bigger...
There's a big picture. Let's put it this way. There's a big picture that's actually very, the hint I'll give you, it's very pop culture-ish. I'd say popular.
it's very... it's around a watch.
And Jack, put it this way, Jackson's a bounty hunter. He's come there and he's reunited. I think you've read it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so he's collected bounties for a while.
Right.
And let's just say that some of his bounties
You'll see again.
you'll see again. Let's just say that. So, yeah, there's a big picture, and there's a fight for the town, and there's a lot of stuff. It's not so much Monster of the Week as in these guys never stop fighting, and they fight each other, and they...
It's like a family.
Yes, big dysfunctional family.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shane.
Shane.
My
Come back,
question.
Shane.
What's that?
I said, come back, Shane.
Oh, yes, classic Western.
You've never heard that before, right?
No, I have. I've seen it. Anyway, so my question is, if the Samurai Cowboy was going to be in a large pay-per-view fight, what would be his entrance music?
Oh, that's a good one for you.
Kid Rock Cowboy.
Ah, there's a good one.
No, it's a story.
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
There you go, Kid Rock, I like it.
My name is Graydon.
Graydon?
Yep.
Okay.
And I was wondering, how much research did you put into it?
Well, if you read it, probably see that none. It's a funny thing, Graydon. When you're writing at any time, and Google's like the best thing, but the worst thing while you're writing, because you get lost in a Google world. And when you start researching things, and there's a real, and I'll give away a part of Origins, which is going to be after the third issue, I believe, third or fourth, where it shows them when they go to the camp and everything like that. It's going to be a fun one. Funny story about that, and I got to do it real quick because I'm sure we're blasting out time here because we're talking a lot. 15 minutes, okay. Is that, you go into it, and when you start writing, you obviously don't want to get called out. And I heard that comic book fans are the hardest of anybody. They will call you out on everything. In a movie, they forget about whatever, that was cool. The girl over there is pretty, the guy over there is pretty, who cares? But comic books, they'll come over and be like, wait a second. So I do research while I'm writing. And I expect the people I surround myself with to call me out on the stuff that's wrong. So.
You want me to do that now?
I get lost in Google World a lot.
I was
And
saying,
there's a funny story of, there's a Japanese story in there that's true.
The time thing, we didn't, I was just
Okay,
saying,
so a lot of research goes